I have a question. It's a question I've had for years, but it's been on my mind. Um, can straight men be friends, just friends, with women? Can a straight man be friends with a woman? Now, it's common knowledge that gay guys make perfect friends for women. That's common knowledge. But can straight guys particularly be friends with a woman they think is attractive? Can they just be friends? I personally think it's very, very rare that a guy can do that. I think it's possible. I've seen it happen, but it's very rare. I envy um, men that are friends with men because sometimes I want to be friends with a guy because I can't. No, I want to be friends with a guy, but I can't because I'm a female. I might find a man like an interesting person, a worthwhile human being, and I might want to be friends with the guy, but I can't because I'm a female, and I think that sucks. One time, um, actually, an ex-husband of a friend of mine, said this a couple of times, not just one time, but a couple of times. He said, "There's nothing more useless than a attractive female that you can't have sex with." That's what he said. There's nothing more useless than an attractive female that you can't have sex with. I thought that was one of the most sexist, demeaning things that a guy could say. There's more to a woman than that, than just being, your sex toy. I've had platonic friends. There was a guy in high school that I was strictly platonic with. No, nothing else but that. We were really good friends, and to this day, we're friends. I think women have a lot to learn from men, and women have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn from each other, and vice versa. But it gets blocked by sexualization, and it gets blocked by objectification. And I find it sad, to be honest with you, that we can't just be human to human every once in a while, regardless of what gender or sex that we are. Part of it is society's fault. You've got magazines, social media, movies, television, billboards, all of them objectify, all of them sexualize women. They even sexualize men too, but mostly women. My point here is that friendship is possible, I think, between a straight man and a woman, but our mindsets, before that can happen, our mindsets need to change big time. We need to see each other as sons and daughters of the Creator. If you don't, if you see another human being as a son or daughter of a great father, you look at them differently. You don't automatically sexualize or objectify when you think of people as much loved sons and daughters of the Most High. That's my point. Energy is palpable. There's something we can learn from feminine energy. There's something we can learn from masculine energy, and to and fro. But our minds are all filled with junk sometimes. And that makes friendship impossible between the sexes. What men don't realize is women, well, not all men, some men do realize this, but what some men don't realize is that women are valuable beyond being potential sex partners. Okay? A woman helped put men on the moon. Okay? Margaret Hamilton, look it up. Rosa Parks said no. She said no and sprouted the civil rights movement. Okay. Florence Nightingale was a war hero nurse. Wouldn't you like to be friends with women like this who are worth something beyond just their bodies and their looks? Who would not want to be friends with Florence Nightingale or Rosa Parks? There are women heroes everywhere. You know, they don't need to be famous. Your mom is a hero, maybe. The nurse you just saw at the hospital is a hero. Doctors, teachers, we know them all personally. Those are heroic women. Men can get distracted by beauty. And sometimes I feel bad for them because all of us know that beauty is skin deep. I know that's cliche, but it's so true. It's fleeting and it can distract from who the person really is. And in time, believe me, the true colors will come out. No matter if you could look like a model, you could be a sex symbol, those true colors will come out. How many beautiful women do you see in on TV or movies and you know that they have been cheated on? They've I'm not going to mention any names, but there's some beautiful actresses out there and you read that some guy cheated on them. It's like, what? But, you know, beauty is not enough. 60% of marriages fail in the United States. I think it's at 60%. I wonder sometimes, you know, I've never been married, but I wonder sometimes if these statistics are caused by people only going by looks in the beginning of their relationship. And then they find out they don't even like who they're with 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later. That beauty is no longer important. I think men need to go deeper and women need to go deeper. Women need to know that they're more than just what they look like. Men need to go deeper to know that women are more than just what they look like. If we don't do that, platonic friendship can never be possible between men and women. We must go deeper than the surface. We must feel energy, I think, more than just looking at the outside. It's important for any relationship, platonic or not. That band, War, you know, they made a good song. Why can't we be friends? 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 You know, Chris Rock, he made some points. He said, women can have platonic friends, right? But men don't. They just have women they haven't fucked yet. That was meant to be funny coming from Chris, and it was funny. Because, you know, when Chris Rock says something, it's funny. But it's kind of sad, though, that some men just look at a woman as someone they haven't fucked yet. And that men, what did Chris Rock say? Men can take the wrong turn somewhere and end up in the friend zone. No, not the friend zone, no! Anyway, I would love to be friends with some guys, but I can tell sometimes that they are not in that zone. They're in that you're a potential hanky-panky person zone. I find it disturbing. But that's about all I have to say on the subject. That men and women need to go deeper in their relationships, and it's not all about hooking up. It's been real. Why can't we be friends? I'll talk to you later. Adios. Subscribe and like my damn channel. Peace.